everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Hot Seat. Hot Seat stars Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon, Shannen Doherty from 90210, and Matt Dillon from Entourage. All really fun to watch actors and actresses. So this is about an ex-hacker who has to hack into a bank or a financial institution. Meanwhile, another person has to break into the same place. It's all booby-trapped to get somebody off the hot seat. That's why it's called Hot Seat. That's what it says on IMDb. It's 3.8 right now, but only 420 people, 420, have rated it so far. So, you never know. It's got some good people in it. Could be good, and it's only an hour and 39 minutes long. So, I don't know. I'm mildly excited seeing those names in it, so we'll see what it's about. Find out if it's any good and let you know what I think. Sorry, I got something in my eye. It's going to bother me all night, but alright, hopefully I won't wink at you too much. But I will be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Hot Seat. Sorry, no check-in tonight. Where do I start with this movie? I'll start with obviously the plot and what's going on, right? So Kevin Dillon is our main character who has a family, a wife and a daughter, struggling marriage kind of thing because of something happened in the past. This is what we get up front. And he goes to work on his daughter's, they have their daughter's birthday party during the week, during work hours. He goes to work at 9, the party's probably a little thereafter, 10 or 11 I would say. And the wife so of course they're upset because he's missing the party because he has to go to work. It is a weekday and it's during business hours. I mean, that's what I think. I don't think it was a weekend by everything else that I picked up. But anyway, there's a lot of that going on in this. A lot of holes, I guess, or just little pieces of the puzzle that don't fit right. But he goes into work and he's like a call center IT guy, and somebody straps a bomb to his chair, and he's an ex-hacker, so they want him to do all this hacking or they'll blow him up, and and all the other threats that go on. But there's a voice over the intercom, and they're making him do all this. That's why it's called Hot Seat. So Mel Gibson plays a bomb squad guy. Shannen Doherty, who's our other main actress in this, plays the head of, the whole SWAT, not military, I guess maybe military, but she's in charge of everything. She's the one who makes all the big decisions in this thing, because ultimately they find out what's going on, and so the bomb squad gets called, the SWAT team gets called, Shannen Doherty gets called, and they have to figure out what to do, to take them down, to save the day, to stop the blowing up, all that kind of stuff. So there's your plot, right? I got nothing super original. A lot of funny things. I think it's I'll share this real quick because it's related. I mentioned Mel Gibson, part of the bomb squad, Kevin Dillon on the hot seat. If you remember, there was a Lethal Weapon episode where Mel Gibson was on the toilet and Danny Glover, who was just another officer, was there with him to try and save him. Now, there's no toilet or tub around, but I just saw that and I made the connection to the dots there, so found that pretty funny. Now, and I will say, and most of the movie is pretty not great. Besides the plot, you know what's going on. There's what I feel like bad writing, bad dialogue. I love Kevin Dillon. I'll watch any movie he's in, but he was given not the best lines at certain times. There's another, Ava is another girl who comes into the office where Kevin Dillon's sitting on the hot seat. Not the best acting, I think. Again, I never know if it's the acting or the dialogue. I know a lot of it was the writing and the dialogue. I'm not sure about her. But with Kevin, I feel it was just maybe at times poor word choice. So much that we have this voice over the intercom who is, the threat, okay, the villain in all of this. Just how, I want to say off-brand, like the things that he says throughout the, you know, the huge takeover of this guy and hacking all these millions of dollars, and he's got a bomb strapped to his seat. He said he bombed something else, and you know what I mean? Like, you would think that this guy would be straight, narrow, focused, get to the point, do what I say, you know what I mean? But it's not. There's a lot of banter between the two of them that just is kind of what? No, that's not what this guy. I mean, I've seen other movies. This other guy, this villain, his voice has got to be controlling and not silly in a sense, or stuff like that, you know. And I don't know, like, and that's riddled throughout the beginning and 3/4 of this movie is that kind of stuff. There's a whole so much more. Like I said, the girl's birthday going on and stuff like that. There's all these different things. There's a part where the bomb gets, like, it's like a purse gets put on somebody, and they don't know how to get it off. It's, you know, there's all that. There was another one I wanted to share. I can't remember, but I'm sure it'll come to me. But most of the movie, that I was like, this is not good. It's not great. I'm not loving it. Now it picks up. I think really it picks up towards the end as we're going to find out what's going to go down. You know, what's this all about? You know, Kevin Dillon's trying to figure out who's behind all of this, and it's like, you know, so the guy's watching him on a camera, and you know he can't communicate. That all makes sense, but he takes a note out, like a sticky note, and starts, "Who is this?" That's first question mark. So, and he starts thinking, oh, and he says something, so he writes something down. So he's taking little crib notes on who this guy is, which I get it, and I see, you know, what he's trying to figure out who it is, and then, you know, they work you into who it all is, of course, and they're trying, I guess, to visualize his thoughts so that they can give you breadcrumbs on who it may be, that kind of thing, but it just cracked me up. And it's his poor handwriting and stuff like that. So, a lot of silly stuff. There's one other thing, like his daughter's having a birthday party. She really likes magic, right? And so Kevin Dillon is there talking to her before all this goes down, and there's handcuffs. I got Houdini handcuffs. We can try them when we get home. Well, wouldn't you know that Ava gets the handcuffs on? Why wouldn't he just tell her they're Houdini handcuffs? You can get out of them very easily. That doesn't come back. There's so much, like, just stuff. You know, just so many of those things. I know there's one other one, but I can't think of it right now. But I don't know. There's an opportunity here, I really think. I think the film has some. I liked what they did with the villain and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, and kind of getting it all involved, and that's what I said. When it comes to the end of the film, I liked it. I like the early plot. I just think that you can go back, you can watch this film before you release it, and think about different things, and see different things that I've seen, and, you know, correct them. You know, maybe think about what you're making people say. And I think they could make this film a little bit better. One last thing, and it was, so I mentioned there's a bomb that goes off early on. Well, the visual effects for that, whoa. I mean, that's right there. It was just like, and I'm not big, I don't really care, that doesn't bother me, but it's a good signal on what may be coming the rest of the film. So, I really was at a 4 for a large majority of this, and that's pretty low for me, especially with, you know, the people that were in this. But I'm leaning towards a 5 because of the ending there a little bit. So, now I remember, like, what they were doing. So, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but of course, during all of this, his family comes down to the site where, you know, he's sitting on the hot seat in this building. And there's just, like, what happens with these two, the mother and the daughter, you know, what access they're granted from the FBI or whoever's controlling everything, you know, and that kind of, it's like, okay. And then other stuff. And I don't want to spoil it for you, because if you want to, I don't think it's going to spoil it, but like, I will. I'm going to get to that in a second. So that's just another piece, and I thought I could share it with you, but I don't want to, because if you really want to watch this and be on the edge of your seat and not be spoiled, I don't want to share that with you. But I'm willing to go up to a 5 on this one, which I think it has the potential to hit a 6 or a 7, with just a couple of other things. So that's it. I do want to talk a little bit more openly about what I was going to talk about. It will not spoil the movie for you, but if you're afraid of that, go ahead and come back later, come back to the next review. But if it's okay, speak a little bit, again, not spoil it. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The mother and the daughter are there on site, right? And so it seems like the threat has been neutralized. Kevin Dillon's still in the building, right? But, you know, the threat has been neutralized. Now, do you think in real life that they're going to allow citizens, relatives, anybody, to now go into this building where there was a huge bomb threat and nobody has really scoped the building or anything like that? But actually, bombs had actually gone off in the building, and they're just going to let these two people in? And I get it, they were duped, but still, to get across the yellow tape and get that close to the building, like, that's really going to happen? Like, those kinds of things are what, like, lower the score in this movie for me. So, I had to share that one with you. Hopefully I was helpful. I didn't spoil it for you, because that's not the ending. There's a lot more to it. So, check it out, though. If you like a little bit of action, a little edge of your seat, a little bit of laughter, you might enjoy this one. Alright, I've kept you long enough. I appreciate it. Kimmel's Irish Pub.